Sorry, I have no disclosures. So today I just want to talk to you about three things, this sort of the state of fuse around the world, what my experience has been trying to disseminate fuse locally, and what I think are some challenges particular to low and middle income countries, which is where I am from. So currently we have the fuse modules available in English, Spanish, Chinese, and French. And that gives us about, half of the world's population as far as native speakers. Of course, a lot of people have English as their second language. So language-wise, I think we have pretty good coverage. I want to give a shout out here to Dr. Watanabe's work in Japan, where if not, the modules haven't been fully translated, but Dr. Watanabe's done a lot of work disseminating this work in Japan and giving presentations in Japanese to his local surgeons, also working with the Asian Surgical Society to disseminate fuse there. Aside from the modules, we do have information about fuse in a ton of other languages, including Arabic, Portuguese, Italian. And we have testing centers around the world, right? And so obviously a lot of them are concentrated here in North America, but I think we have good coverage elsewhere, with the possibility of telementoring down the road. All right, so after last year's meeting in Las Vegas, I went home sort of with a mission to try and disseminate fuse where I work in Monterrey, Mexico. And it seems pretty simple. Fuse is pretty exciting. If you've taken the modules, they're really fun. You learn a lot, and you can't believe you didn't know this before. I haven't found it to be so easy. If you can't get people to take the modules, it's hard for them to see the value. Again, people don't know what they don't know. And I'm not just talking about surgeons. I'm talking about OR nurses, hospital admins, compliance people. And so you do have to work actively to get your message across. My recommendation, if you're going to try to do this, is just to start locally, in your local hospital, and then try to build out from there. And so that's what I've done. I haven't had a great response from hospital admins, but I do have sort of a captive audience who are my residents, and I've given a couple of talks to them. A few of them have taken the modules, so that's some progress. Upcoming is the same basic fuse talk to our local chapter of surgeons, and also futurely talking to the whole Mexican Surgical Society, which should be good. So I think there are some considerations when you take fuse into low and middle income countries. Obviously, I'm talking about places that are resource constrained. And so what I found is some things are the same. This is a package for a dispersive electrode. And up here it says placa de tierra, which is Spanish for grounding pad. So the product itself is misnomered. And again, OR nurse, med student, resident, surgeon picks this up and says, oh yeah, it's a grounding. And so I think that's sort of the same, the sort of same things that would happen here in high-income countries. What is different, though, I think, critically, is a lot of our energy devices are reprocessed. And a lot of these advanced bipolar, ultrasonic devices are single use. Now, reprocessing is not, exclusive to low-income countries or low and middle-income countries. It is a process that, at least here in the States, is FDA regulated. But what a lot of studies have found in looking at reprocessing in low and middle-income countries is that these reprocessing standards do not meet these reprocessing processes are not compliant with standards set by the WHO and by societies from high-income countries. So a lot of reprocessed instruments will have biomaterials, possibly infectious agents in them, and so that creates issues. But even still, I don't think they're going away. We're going to keep reprocessing stuff just because cost-wise, it is not feasible to keep using them if we want to do advanced operations like we do want to do. There is another big consideration, this is sort of in even more constrained situations, which is electricity availability. I don't think this crosses the mind of anyone in a high-income country, but this is a true issue, especially for folks in low-income countries. So this is a study that looked at 428 hospitals from HICs, and they found that only 60% of hospitals reported a continuous electricity availability, and 72% had a reliable generator available. So again, I've heard of generators not kicking in Mexico. Never experienced it myself, but I can only imagine this is worse in low income countries. And I also think that would be unfathomable for someone working in high income countries. So as we take Fuse around the world and take it especially to LMICs, I think we need to keep these things in mind. We just can't keep the mindset of where we work and think that the same thing can apply to wherever we're going. Thank you.